Is it working now? Do we have the audio? Is it working? Do we now have audio? Please give me something. It said it was working. Look at that. I tried a new microphone. We're talking about microphones. Is this one working? There's no. I'm guessing there's no audio again. There's no audio, is there? You guys can't hear me. Can you hear me? Oh, okay, perfect. Woo! All right, now we have audio. So, in hopes of clicking or fixing the clicking, I tried swapping out mics. So now we have audio. We are back. We are good. This is take 2. What's going on, guys? Butterfly, what's poppin', dude? Damo, what is going on? Master Chief, Eric, what is poppin'? Everyone, we now have audio. This is nice. This is a nice upgrade. Hopefully this is a little bit better than the other microphone. It's payday, so I had to go get a new mouse. I'm using Melanie's microphone. All the new stuff to make things worse. Yes, OLL got confused. Woo! Glad it works now. What's going on, guys? We just need one more piece of the puzzle for the 05 STI, then we can get going on that one again. So pretty pumped on that. Just waiting for it to ship out. Just waiting for it. Yes, 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 yes. Audio's working. There we go. Check 1, 2. New mic. It's working. Yeah, before I was using this like Marantz microphone. After I was watching it for a little while, like I saw that it was a little quiet. I could hear the clicking and some stuff. So hopefully the clicking disappears now using this microphone versus using that one. Tanner, my man, waiting for Dino Day. That's what I'm saying. I'm waiting for Dino Day too. It's in like 2 weeks. It's like 2 weeks. 2 weeks away. No, you good. We can hear perfect. You have a 20-second delay. I figured as much. Like, I've tried playing with the delay stuff so much, and I cannot get the delay to disappear. Couldn't figure it out. I made it for take 2. Welcome to take 2. I'm glad we made it to take 2. Eric, what is going on, dude? Fernando, what's poppin'? Alberto, Tanner, now I can hear you. Perfect. We're back on track. No more crackle pop. Perfect. No more crackle pops. Maybe it was just that microphone. Maybe it's just not a good microphone or something like that. We swapped over to this, what is this, a Yeti microphone. So hopefully those ones seem to be a little bit better. Dude, just got to tell you, was going to buy a 16 STI Friday, and the guy wrecked the thing today. Ooh. Sorry to hear. Hopefully you're able to find another one here soon. I mean, the 15 plus STIs are pretty plentiful. Sucks that he crashed it and wrecked it. So, I mean, hopefully you are able to find a new one relatively quickly, and hopefully it wasn't already paid for or anything like that. Nice. Cannot wait to see the 05 run again. Same. I'm literally just waiting for all of these valve buckets to get here. So that way we can grind some of the buckets down, get everything to fit. Once the buckets get here, we can literally assemble. But from the day we get the buckets, the day we could get the buckets, we could get the car started. We're just waiting on that one thing. How much of a pain is an AOS and a cylinder 4 cooling mod to install on the 20 STI? My shop is quoting me $845 plus tax. Ooh, I'm guessing that's just labor cost. I mean, it's not a huge pain to install. The cylinder 4 cooling mod sucks a little more. The AOS is not bad to install. Just take your time, go through it. The first AOS install I did, the very first one, like 7 years ago, probably took me around 8 to 10 hours. Now I could probably do them in about an hour and a half. But like a skilled shop who's done them before could honestly probably knock it out in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. The cylinder 4 cooling mod doesn't take much longer than an hour, and since you're going to be losing coolant from doing both of those modifications, 845 seems a little high to me. I mean, normal shop rates are what, 120 an hour. 845 divided by 120, I don't know, what is that, 5 hours, 5, 6 hours, something around that. It's possible, but I mean, it seems a little high. The mic puts up the room. The mic picks up the room sound more, much better than clicking. All right, well, there we go. I mean, I could turn the gain down a little bit. We could try turning the gain down a little bit, seeing if that helps. What it do, homie? AOS on the way. Can't wait to do the 2020 STI's first major mod. Thanks for all the helpful vids. Hey, I'm excited for you, man. Man, my thumbs are off for typing. My thumbs are off? Oh, I see what you're saying. Typos. I get it. Dude, that's me all the time. You look in the comments of any of the videos and I'm responding to you guys. Typos all over the place. I try to correct them as I go, but with like massive amounts, sometimes I'm like, oh, just got to go through it. I have the same mic and it's a pretty good mid-tier microphone. Well, now I feel like I need to get a better one. Fox, I feel like you just pooped all over this microphone for me now. I'm joking. It works. It works a lot better than the other one did. I messaged you on Instagram, but I don't think you check those messages. I check them every now and then, but it gets like so overwhelming trying to go through the Instagram messages. What are your thoughts on the dual purpose gauges from Innovate, like the dual oil temp pressure gauge? I don't know. I've never seen them, so let's take a look. Innovate dual dual purpose, I guess. Dual purpose gauges. Let me take a look. Let's take a peek at these. That's interesting. It's like 2 screens. That's very interesting. Can we open that? Of course we can't open that. Of course. Dual function gauges by Innovate. Can we open? Can we open? There we go. This one doesn't seem to be a dual function. 2 functions? Oh my gosh. 1 gauge, multiple functions. What is this? Oil pressure and temperature. 0 to 145 psi. Key features: it displays pressure in either psi or bar, and it also does temp. Interesting. I mean, if you're trying to save space and you're not trying to do a ton of gauges, I mean, it seems like it might be a good option. Innovate makes some good gauges. I've personally never used them in the past, but I've seen them in other people's cars. It's kind of neat that they have a dual functioning gauge. It's kind of, I mean, I guess it's kind of like an access port in the fact that it can do like 2 screens, but it's not like an access port. It just displays multiple information. But I don't know. If you try it, let me know what you think, because I've never used one of those before. Rev 9 are good budget coilover. I mean, they're not bad. I've looked at them in the past. I personally probably wouldn't buy them. I don't know what your budget is, but like budget coilovers to me kind of falls into like the BC, BR, Silver Neomax range. They're affordable. People have used them. Good results. They're comfy. They are fully adjustable for what you're trying to do. I've never used Rev 9, so I can't personally be like, yeah, they're good, yeah, they're bad. If anyone else has, they can touch on that. But like no driving experience on those ones for me. Swapped out end links and ball joints. Ball joints don't sound fun. The end links don't sound too bad. A good site to get brand new hoses for everything related to engine assembly. During disassembly, I tore some stuff. Subaru online wholesale parts. It's where I get all of my like OEM parts. It's all like wholesale dealer pricing, so it's not like crazy expensive. It's pretty affordable for a lot of that stuff. Definitely check them out. And their shipping is like pretty quick too. Any suggestions for caliper power coating? I'm guessing powder coating. SWP paint and dark metallic gray wheels. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at just powder coating, just get that Harbor Freight powder coating setup that I got. It's cheap, it's affordable, it's like $80. You can get the toaster oven for $40, and then you can get whatever powder coat you want. That's what I would probably do. I would, if they're used calipers, which I'm assuming they are, if you don't have access to a sandblaster, really clean them with degreaser. Make sure you fully disassemble them if you're going to be doing that, just because there are seals inside of the calipers that if you go to throw them in the oven, they might get too hot and essentially snap, and then the piston will fall out. Just don't do that. So disassemble them fully, rebuild them, and then throw them back in. Watched a lot of your vids after pulling the trigger and got a 2020 WRX last weekend. Couldn't be happier. Congrats, Ben, on the new car, my friend. Glad you are enjoying it. I thought my hearing was going bad. LOL, good to hear you rock on. Dude, I apparently we're having audio issues before. Do you ever buy a new part and then get a little sad because there's no sticker? No. Personally, I hate the stickers. Like, I just throw them all away, or I throw them all in a bin. Like, I've got a ton of stickers laying around everywhere. Like, I've got like 500 of these fluid dampeners. Well, not literally like 500. I think I have like 10. But no, I get like way too many stickers, and then it like turns into a weird sticker collection. Then I'm like, I don't know what to do with these, so I just end up tossing them after a while. Mickey, what is going on, dude? Hey Tanner, how you doing? My dude, doing pretty good. Chilling. The sound is pretty good. Glad to hear. Do you know why some mechanics don't believe in the cylinder 4 cooling mod? I don't know why they don't believe in it. Maybe they just think it's like a myth, a theory. Maybe they think it's just not needed. If you look at it, Subaru did it OEM in Japan for years. And then when Dominic started doing it here in the United States, it picked up. The theory behind it makes sense. Obviously, you're sucking coolant into the 4th cylinder where coolant flow just isn't adequate enough. So being able to bring down those cylinder temps a little bit more does help to control knock a little bit more and reduce potential knock events. I'm not quite sure why they don't fully believe in it or why they don't stand behind it, but I mean, there's plenty of documentation that shows that it does work. Anybody in the chat trying to help you boys save $850 and help me install this AOS and Cylinder 4 mod? I've got install videos on both of those. Go check those out, dude. Go check them out, dude. They ain't that bad to install, I promise. I can deliver EG better than FedEx can. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that. I was a little bit concerned because the EG33 hadn't had moved in like my tracking since I dropped it off last Wednesday. So I called FedEx this morning and I asked them, and apparently because of weather delays, they put the engine on a train and they sent the train down to California with the engine. So it should be getting dropped off. It either got dropped off this afternoon or it's going to get dropped off tomorrow. So I need to follow back up with FedEx to see what the status of that is. But for some reason, the tracking doesn't show up on my end, only on their end. No idea why. As long as the gain doesn't feed back, you're doing good. I've ran soundboards. I have never done soundboards. I just kind of turn knobs and hope for the best. Seems to be working. My 2020 Subaru WRX gave me feedback knock of 1.51 when I was in 6th gear. I have a stage 1 tune. That's totally normal. Totally normal. You're going to see knock. That's totally normal. Get a Defi gauge so it matches your dimmer. Ooh, Defi gauges do look good, but they are a little bit more expensive. A little bit more expensive. For WRX, if the AOS is not in my budget, would a PCV catch can be better than nothing? 100% yes. At minimum, a catch can and an AOS are both very good options. If you can't afford a catch, or if you can't afford an AOS, catch cans, 100%. You can make your own catch can if you wanted. You can use like a coffee cup like this, and just route a PCV hose into it. Or a lot of people use cans like this. Don't ask me why I have so many drinks over here. I just got a lot of drinks. But yeah, you can definitely make your own if you want to. A rear OBD2 sensor is going out on my WRX. Is it something serious or can I wait 2 weeks to change it? Still daily driving, by the way. I mean, you can wait 2 weeks to change it if you want to. I would definitely suggest changing it as soon as possible, but you should be fine for 2 weeks if you're just like normal daily driving around. Obviously, AFRs might be affected a little bit, but I wouldn't be too concerned. Dang, well in Bristol, Tennessee. Bristol, Tennessee. There we go. Don't know. I know that's somewhere in Tennessee. If I wanted to install Tomei unequal length header on my FAWRX, what else would I need to make sure I'm not hurting the car and turbo? Throw those headers in the garbage. Just toss them in the trash can. Like, realistically, there are no benefits to running the unequal length headers on the FA20 WRXs. You are reducing efficiency. You're increasing the chance for knock in cylinders 2 and 4 because you're increasing the runner length on that side, giving the exhaust a lot more time to heat up and cook those cylinders. You're losing all the benefits of twin scroll. You're decreasing your fuel mileage, and all for what? Just some sound? Keep the efficiency. If you there's nothing you can do to you're taking a system that's incredibly efficient and you're making it less efficient, and then you're trying to add modifications on top of the less efficiency that you just created by using these unequal length headers to try to bring it back to being efficient again. It's just there's no modifications you can do to kind of negate the effects of one of them. Unfortunately, we live in a world of Subarus where you cannot have your cake and eat it. You can either eat it or just have the cake. You can't have both. What would you say about the external wastegate setup for a daily? I love it. I'm all about it. I've run external wastegates on all of them. Love it. No quarrels, no problems with them. They're good setups. They're solid setups. They help with boost creep, especially if you want to go catless. Hopefully I get the 2016 EcoBoost F-150 on Friday. That would be a fun one. Ordering a Cybon Carbon hood and trunk for the 17 WXs. Man, you balling out over there. You get your tax return? What you got going on over there? Have I seen the new Tomei equal length exhaust? I have not seen the equal length. I've only seen the unequal length. If this is in regards to the FA20 WRX. If not, I've seen the Tomei equal length for the EJs in the past. Very good header setup. Very good header setup. What's the insurance going to be like with that 1200 wheel horsepower blaster? I don't know. I haven't told my insurance yet, so I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out when the time comes. Besides a retune, currently on stock headers. Okay, that's back up in relation. Just don't install the unequal length header. Don't put the unequal length header on your on your WRX. Just don't do it. Don't do it. I hopped in your IG live about dress up bolts. Rallytech has some pretty dope bolts for a good. I still can't justify it. I still cannot justify $80 for dress up bolts. I've got all the OEM bolts. They work. They function. They hold everything in place. It's just $80. Even $80 for dress up bolts. I just cannot do it. Can't do it. What's up, man? Got kind of bored while on the truck. Got kind of bored while the truck is still stuck. Can you put a DCCD on a trans that didn't come with one from the factory? You're going to have to swap differentials and electronics, a whole bunch of stuff. Not worth trying to make it work. I don't even know if you could make it work at that point. If you really want to do it, get an STI 6-speed, get the DCCD system, swap the entire system into the car. Small dog, what are you doing back there? Got to swap the whole system in the car. Stickers go on toolboxes. Have you seen the amount of stickers on my toolboxes? They add up. They pile up. There's a lot of stickers on my toolbox. So last week I told you about installing the Cobb airbox and access port. Well, I ended up finishing late. Then went to plug in the Cobb access port, and Cobb does not have a ROM for my ECU. Ooh, and Cobb... Oh, and is in Texas weather. Sorry. Hope all is well. What is it, like the brand new STI right now that they don't have the maps for? Why have they should have the maps. What is it, the 2021 STI? What year do you have, Cody? I'm very curious. Can I bigger intake manifold without a tune? No, I would definitely get a tune. You're increasing airflow. Remember, anything that changes the amount of air that's going in or out of the engine and the amount of fuel that's going in and out of the engine needs a retune, needs a recalibration, some type of adjustment. Ah, stickers. I have a box of stickers. Stickers everywhere. I have so many stickers. I have a mountain of stickers. I have the cooling mod in my car, but I was confused why some don't like it. I'm actually not sure why some don't like it. The cooling mod, it's just all benefits. All benefits. Mark, what's going on, dude? Hey, Tanner. Last week I had a question about making my Grimspeed intake quieter. You suggested the Cobb SF, but I'll probably need to be tuned again, right? I want to make it quieter without a retune. Other ideas. You could try putting an intake sock over your intake, but that's also going to be reducing the amount of air that's going in there. But you're essentially adding on, like, they have these water socks you can put on your intake. It might dampen the sound a little bit. If you're not running the airbox, get an airbox. That also might quiet it down a little bit, just because you're not going to physically be hearing it as much. But if you're pro tuned, then obviously you're going to need a recal on the tune itself. I can't think of a ton of ways to make it quieter. That's not really. I'm like intake box. Try adding some sound deadening around the intake box. That might help. Might help absorb some of the sound. So would you recommend doing the cylinder cooling mod on the EG? Same problem with the EJ. I might. The EGs tend to run hot. I need to take a look at the back of the head, because I don't even know if there's a provision on the back of the passenger side head or the driver's side head that allows for it to be there. The thing to consider also is that the coolant lines run on the opposite side of the motor. So the coolant passage crossover pipes run onto the passenger side, where the cylinder 4, cylinder 6 in my case, cooling mod would be on the passenger side. So it'd be a very long hose that we'd have to run back up there. I don't know quite yet. We'll figure out the entire cooling system for that engine once it actually gets in the car and we actually get it fully assembled. But that has been something I've been tossing around with in my mind as well. Ostian? I think I got that one. Any Cobb or Perrin stickers? If so, why do you want Cobb or Perrin stickers? I don't even know what I have. They're all like shoved in my toolbox. I have to even see what I have. Hey Tanner, what's up, buddy? What's up, Sergio? What's going on, dude? Are you jealous? I'm the one who bought Devin's Evo. You got it? S14 Hot Boy. You got that black Evo? I am actually jealous, because that thing is incredibly clean. I tried messaging him about that thing back in December, and he never messaged me back. So I am a little bit jealous. Congrats on the car, though, my friend. Well, Tanner, I'm just gonna have to hunker down and save money to get the 2018 Challenger Demon, because as my buddy Demonology says, snatching souls the ultimate. That'd be a fun car. Demons. Those would be fun cars. Access port and SF intake and box on OTS tune safe. Yes, that is safe. Remember, OTS tunes, as long as you use the parts, specifically Cobb OTS tunes, are made for Cobb parts. So as long as you're using Cobb parts with your Cobb OTS tune, you shouldn't really have any issues. What do I think about the new STI hatch renders? I like it to an extent. Hatch renders? Wait a minute, what hatch renders? I've only seen sedan renders. Cole, link me the hatch renders. I haven't seen the hatch renders. I've only seen the sedan ones. Dumb question. If you disconnect the Cobb access port from the car, will it go back to... No. To to fully pull the access port off the car, you have to unmarry it. When you unmarry the access port, it re-uploads the OEM tune that it originally pulled off of the car. So if you just disconnect it, you put it in your glove box, or you put it somewhere else, the tune that you flashed on there is going to stay on there until you unflash it or reflash it with the OEM tune. STI, hello! Yes, FA setup. MB, it's because I want that rumble, but I figured it would be cheaper. Don't do it. Honestly, there's way too many drawbacks to slapping on those unequal length headers on the FA20 setup. If you really want to do it, I've seen people do it. It sounds kind of like a WRX or STI, an EJ based one. But there's so many drawbacks to it. I do not suggest doing it. When Tomei came out with those headers, I honestly thought they came out with them as a joke. Like, no lie. Let's see. Tomei, unequal length header, FA20, WRX. Also, Plumber, appreciate the dono, dude. Appreciate the dono, my friend. I legitimately... Oh, why? Why do we always do this? It's our... What is it? Wi-Fi system here blocks ads. Can we open? There we go. I legitimately thought these headers were a joke when I first saw them come out. I saw this. I thought it was a weird April Fool's joke. It's just don't do it. Just don't do it. I'm going on a tangent again. I'm going off every time the Tomei header thing comes out. My fiance is convinced you fund these cars by making Blippy videos. What is a Blippy video? Told her that's not you, but she says, is Blippy a person? I don't know who that is. Tomei headers have a tendency of cracking. Happened to me twice. Ooh, I've never seen any cracked Tomei ones, but that is good to know. Were they wrapped or unwrapped, Robert? That also raises some curiosity. Have I driven the Civic Type Rs? I have not. I've never had an opportunity to drive one, so no. I don't even know what that means, David. Hi, hello, Kristen. Send me the stickers. I'll pay. I don't even. There's like shoved in my toolbox, like half destroyed. You don't want them, I promise. I installed a big SF intake on a 91 tune, and ever since then I have been getting feedback knock recently. 5.69, thought it was a boost leak, but not getting any better. Any ideas? Depending on how long ago you uploaded the tune, tunes take a little while to learn. They're going to go through an ECU learning process for both idle, daily driving, or just cruising around, wide open throttle pulls. They are learning a little bit. So if it's something you just flashed on there, expect to see a little bit more knock than you would. Just expect to see a little bit more knock. If you flashed it a while ago and it's still pulling knock like that, there could be multiple factors. You could have bad fuel in the car. The tune didn't take well. Remember, OTS tunes are just a general made map for any car to use anywhere in the world. They take to some cars a little bit better than others, and especially geographically, that will also affect it. Also, Buju Ram? I don't even know why I didn't show that one up on my end, but appreciate the dono, my friend. Do you think that MA Performance Stage 2 package is safe? I really want to pick it up. Is it Stage 2 or Stage 2 Plus? MA Performance has made a So here's the thing. MA Performance made a downpipe and intake setup that you can use with one of their maps that'll allow you to do the intake and the downpipe combo. However, keep in mind that what they're doing is they're handicapping the downpipe, so that way you're not making as much power. If at any point in the future you want to, and this is only for 2015 plus STIs, by the way, if you really want to make more power later on, you're going to end up having to buy an entirely different downpipe, one that hasn't been handicapped to accommodate a stock fuel system. Do I think it's worth it? No. Is it safe? I don't know. I've never used it. I've never seen anyone use it. I've looked into it before because people have brought it up in the past. I don't see any benefits with it. I don't understand why you'd buy a part that already comes with a handicap so you can use it with a stock fuel system, or if you want to make more power later on, it's another part you're going to have to rebuy again. I don't suggest buying it. Waste of money, in my opinion. I would say either do an intake or a downpipe alone. Save up for a fuel system when you can afford to throw it all in the car. Do that and just get an e-tune. It'll be a lot safer. You'll actually make the power and the gains that you'd see by using an intake and a downpipe with some basic fuel mods, versus bringing power down or handicapping the car just so you can use the two parts together. Back to the knock thing. If the tune isn't taking well to the car, it could also be knocking. You could try reflashing it back up. I've had that happen before with some somewhat decent success, but sometimes it can be hit or miss. It's a 2018 WX Premium. That was for Cody back up here when I asked what the car was. So last week installing... really, they should have maps for that. I don't know why they wouldn't have maps for that. I would contact Cobb on that one because there's no reason why it shouldn't be working. My favorite chips. Cool Ranch Doritos. Or... it's going to sound weird that superfoods like white popcorn stuff. I don't know if you consider that chips, but it's like white cheddar popcorn. Ooh, I could eat that stuff for days. Xander, what's up? What's up, dude? Hey, Tanner, get the back to the 4-port boost controller. I can see the video title now. Full boost at 4K with an FP black. With an FP, then we got to get a whole new base map. There's still so much. I don't want to be spending any more monies. I'm capped out on monies. We're rocking the 3-port right now. Thoughts on the Grimspeed post-math hose? A waste of money if you buy it by itself. There's just, unless your stock one's like ripped or torn, there's just it's a piece to look good. It's a good-looking piece. That's about it. Small dog, would you like to exit the office? All right, come on. Come on. You can go out there. You can go play. Go be free. Go be free. You're the one who wanted in here anyways. Go in there. Small dog locked himself in here and then wanted out. But yeah, the post-math hose alone, kind of waste of money. Wouldn't suggest buying it unless you're buying an intake as well. But with an intake, yeah, why not? Yo, what's up? How are you? I'm good. How are you? How are you? I was thinking of putting a different box. Some of those might be hit or miss with fitment if you try to use a different box with an intake that is not... Why did we just like chat jump again? It could be hit or miss with some intakes if you try to mix and match boxes, but you might have some good success with it. If you do decide to do that, let me know how it works. You ever thought of going Mitsubishi? Andy, did you not see all the videos in mid-December when I was trying to buy an Evo 8 or 9? I have thought about trying to buy a Mitsubishi, but they're incredibly overpriced right now. So that is a no. I mean, it's a yes, but just not right now. Is the NER Spec RX a good exhaust? It's either the NER or the HKS High Power. Both of those are good exhausts. I've seen the NER on a couple cars. It's very loud. It sounds very good, and it looks good. But so does the HKS. Honestly, flip a coin. Whatever one it lands on, pick that one. They're both good options to go with. Hey, man. Did you get my email about the storage unit with the right-hand drive legacy? I'm interested to hear your thoughts about it. I did. Just haven't had time to respond to it yet, but I will try to get back to it tonight, if not early tomorrow morning. Are there any e-tuners you would recommend? I have a 2017 STI. There's a lot of them. There's Eric at Torqued Performance. There's Bill at Delicious Tuning. There's Ambot, which I've heard good things about as well. There's a lot of good e-tuners. Take your pick. Personally, if I were to get e-tuned again, I'd probably go through Bill down at Delicious Tuning, just because he did such a good job with my BRZ when we got that car tuned. That he's a great tuner. He's a great e-tuner. There's like 17 likes. Come on, peeps. Show support Omni in here, like policing stuff up. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Question, does an EJ20 NA have the same percentage of having rod knock or ringland failure than an EJ20 Turbo? If you have an NA EJ20, your biggest issue is going to be head gasket issues, not so much ringlands. The earlier model naturally aspirated 2-liter and 2.5-liter cars tended to have a little more issues with head gaskets than any of the other models did. As for ringland failure, not so much. That's a little bit more on the side of turbo models. Ram, again with the dono. Appreciate it, dude. Love your 05. She mean, keep up the good work, bro. I always enjoy your content on the best Subi guys on the site. Hey, appreciate it, my dude. Appreciate it, my dude. There's a lot of, more educational, like, how-to videos coming out here in the next couple days, than more of, like, the laid-back, we're just kind of putting stuff together, vloggy type stuff. So, hopefully that stuff, and plus it's, like, good information to have out there, because a lot of the times when I go to, like, reassemble stuff, I'll do, like, a time-lapse through a lot of stuff that we've already covered on the channel before, so it's kind of nice to get, like, some how-to videos back out there. What are my thoughts on comfort versus performance for Legacy versus WRX as a daily? Why not get the best of both worlds and get a Spec B? You can get a Spec B and get the best of both worlds. But, I mean, if I had to choose between comfort and performance, I try to find, like, a middle ground between both of them.
If I were to pick one, a Legacy versus a WRX, I'd probably get a Legacy GT just because I haven't had a Legacy GT before, and having one of those would be a nice mix-up versus having another WRX or STI. Also, Charlie, appreciate the dono, dude. Your thoughts on the Cobb Stage 3 Power Pack. Cobb Stage 3 Power Pack, that's going to be intake, downpipe, and fuel modifications. I think it's a good package. All they're doing is sourcing other parts and kind of including it in a bundle to sell the bundle like that. I think you could save a little bit of money by piecing together your own package. There's a lot of companies out there that will do like bundled discounts if you buy like an intake, a downpipe, and access port, injectors, and a fuel pump versus just buying like Cobb's straight off the shelf package. I think it's a good package for someone who is just getting into the world of Subaru and doesn't quite know what parts to buy or what parts to source. But if you're willing to put in the extra like 5 to 15 minutes, or realistically like an hour, just to research what parts you would be using or what parts you'd be needing, then I would suggest doing that versus buying the Cobb Stage 3 kit. But like I said, it is a good entry level option for people just coming into the world of Subarus. Also, David, appreciate the dono, my friend. Appreciate the dono, man. Thoughts on rear splash guards from Subi Speed 15 Plus? I mean, I'd rather get the JDM OEM ones. I like OEM JDM parts a lot better than like OLM or aftermarket third-party parts. Whenever it comes to like fitment, you know that an OEM part, whether it's USDM or JDM, is almost guaranteed to be a perfect fit. And finish too, because they're all painted in the same facility versus having a third-party manufacturer paint stuff, and then your paint match might be a little off. But I would definitely suggest getting OEM if you haven't already looked into OEM versus getting like an OLM or a Subi Speed replacement one. Also, Sam, what's going on, Sam? Hope you're having a chill night at work. Hope you're catching all the Pokemons out there. Love your videos. Buy an Evo. I would love to buy an Evo, and at some point we will, just not today. Just not today. At some point we will, once prices kind of normalize out again on Evo 8s and 9s. I will be back in the market looking for another one, probably by the end of this year or early next year is when I'd like to bring an Evo 8 or Evo 9 back onto the channel. I think it'd be a good addition to bring on with the 05 STI and the 17 STI. Plus, it'd be a nice mix-up. The next car is either going to be a Mitsubishi, a Nissan, or a Mazda. It's going to be one of those. Also, Hinley, appreciate the dono. Appreciate the dono, my friend. For you. Thank you. And Jamie, appreciate the dono. Getting involved on the donos. Appreciate it, you guys. Appreciate it. You guys kill it every night. Always appreciate it, my friends. I sent the render to your IG. I will have to take a look at that. I will have to take a look at it. Pizza Hut made Little Caesars pizza? Did they? I mean, I like Little Caesars. I like Pizza Hut. I have no quarrels against either one. I like pizza. Nothing wrong with pizza. Our wheel spacers are required for plus 38 wheels, 20 STI. That depends on the wheel. My plus 38 wheels of my Work Emotions do require an 11mm spacer in the front to clear the Brimbos. If you're going to do something like that, I would suggest that you knock out the wheel studs, use some extended wheel studs, and then use a hub-centric spacer versus one that bolts onto the hub itself. Yeah, I tried Little Caesar. Why are we talking about pizza over here? You guys make me hungry. Have I seen the Highcade Stage 2? I have. I actually love that body kit. But my question is, how does the trunk open? How do you open the trunk? I don't, because the wing of the trunk is built into the body, so I don't know how the trunk opens. But that is a very good looking kit. I actually do like that kit a lot. Just get jets. Are we still talking about pizza? Tome headers both were wrapped. I mean, to be fair, any wrapped header has a higher percentage of cracking than any header that's going to be unwrapped. Like, you're getting moisture in the wrap and it's getting under the wrap and corroding the header a little bit. You're retaining a ton more heat like underneath the wrap. But in your defense, Tome does give you a wrap for the header. So, I mean, it could go either way with that one. I wasn't asking about Little Caesars. They weren't bad in the 90s. Little Caesars still isn't bad. Why are we hating on Little Caesars pizza right now? What's wrong with those? It's like $5, you get a full pizza. IDK, if you mentioned it before, but how much have you dumped in the EJ STI? The black one? I don't know. I haven't calculated it yet. I don't know. Too much? Way over budget? Way more than I expected? Way more than I planned? But will it be worth it?
Yes.
I've been listening to the background. I've been listening in the background for a while, and all I hear is stickers on a toolbox, and you flaming a dude. I'm not flaming the dude. He asked a legitimate question. I gave a legitimate response. I've never been a fan of those unequal length headers. Just never been a fan. Also, Cody, appreciate the dono, my friend. We got Perry the Pear with his sunglasses doing a little dance down there. I'm all about it. The one thing you never want to do with your car is kneecap the performance. All about it. Totally agree with that. Especially if it comes from the factory, like already performance oriented and you're bringing it a step backwards. But we're going down that rabbit hole again. Are Vortex generators useless for the STI? Duck spoiler, OEM wing. The OEM wing, the Vortex generator does work. For the ducktail, it doesn't do anything but like add styling on there. But it has been proven. I have seen videos of it flow tested with the OEM STI wing on there, and it does help bring some air. But the thing about the OEM one is it's a 3M stick-on piece. So when air is going over the roof, it's then hitting a lip where it has to go up and over the lip. Then it hits the little directional fins and then directs it down to the wing. It's a good design, but it's also a bad design kind of thing. David, what's going on, dude? Ayo, catching the little while I can on breaks at work. Did I miss anything important? Not so much. We're just kicking it, answering questions, hanging out tonight, man. Would a downpipe alone be considered stage 1 plus? No, a downpipe alone is stage 2. An intake alone is stage 1. An intake with a catback is stage 1 plus. Stage 2 is just going to be a downpipe, and then stage 2 plus is an intake with a turbo back. Also, Cody, appreciate the other dono, man. You're so knowledgeable on this stuff. You're awesome. Thank you anytime. And Sam, coming in with the $4.99. Always appreciate the dono. Sam, what's for dinner tonight? What are we doing for dinner? I don't know, I think Mel and I are making salmon or something. I have no idea. No idea. For my 2012 WRX headlights, chat jumped. Why do we do this, chat? My 2012 WRX headlights will have condensation in them. Is that okay? It's been really cold here recently, around negative 14 degrees Fahrenheit. Will condensation go away, or are the headlight seals bad? Our new headlights are goodbye. You don't need to buy headlights. Those headlights are actually pretty easy to reseal. I've got a video on the channel showing how to open up and modify those headlights, but if you're just looking to reseal it, you can watch that video. It'll show you how to open those headlights, how to put a new seal in it, reseal them back up just to get that moisture out. I would do that sooner than later, especially with it being so cold and moisture getting in there. You're going to end up getting like a sheet of ice in there, and it's just not going to be good for all the wiring, the bulbs, the lens, the inside of the lens. I would suggest fixing that sooner than later. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work, bro. Always enjoy your videos. Hey, thanks, man. I prefer to have a sledgehammer being driven into my chest, but yeah. I'm all about it. All about it. It's like $60 for a 4-port and fittings. Doug, you are all about the 4-port. We're all about the 4-port right now. Super people need to stop with the stage talk. Stages are arguments and true. So I mean the whole thing. All right, I'm gonna go on a little baby tangent now. We're gonna go on a baby tangent. Stages in the car world when it comes to modifying and Subarus. Because what you have Audi, Volkswagen, Subaru. I know for a fact, and Mazda all do stages with their cars whenever it comes to like performance packages. All a stage is going to be a set of modifications that has been determined by a manufacturer and sold as a package. It's not really a way to define, well, it kind of is now because stages have become so common in the past like 7 years. I try to avoid it as much as possible, but it's just such a common thing now. Cobb has really pioneered and pushed this whole like stage 1 through stage 3, stage 1 through like stage 3 plus thing. It is what it is. It's essentially just a marketing thing. How companies sell their parts, how they sell their bundled parts. They'll say, hey, you can get this stage 1 through stage 3 package deal. Here's what it comes with. It's just stages. Eric, why are you still hating on pizza over here? Domino's is not trash. Domino's makes good pizza. Over here hating on Domino's now. Little Caesars and then Domino's? Not mad, I'm just disappointed. Love your videos. Keep it up. Hey, thank you, Chase. Scooby Dumb, what is going on? Yo, Media Bro, 2 questions. Number 1, what are some good coilovers for around $1,000? BC BR coilovers. I heard BC are good, but they like rattle in the front when driving. None of my BCs have rattled. Make sure that you're setting your preload correctly and you won't have any rattle issues. 2, what's the healthiest tune? That's going to be an E-tune or a Pro tune. It's going to be the healthiest tune because it's going to be designed for your car. We're still talking about pizza. Dude, 6 pizzas and you get 1 free. See, that's what I'm saying. Pizza. I might have pizza for dinner now. Hey, what up, Tanner? What up, Jose? At work, getting paid I'm all about it. I'm all about it, man. While watching the live stream, always make sure you wipe thoroughly. Don't leave any traces. What's up, Tanner? Hope your week is going well. It's going pretty chill. It's a pretty chill week. Also, I'll flip a coin right now. That's what I'm saying. Jose knows what's up. Yes, Turboback is considered stage 2 tune. 3 is all the above. 3 plus is E85. Yes, on point. No pressure to respond. Love the channel. Liam, what was that? What was the question? Did I skip you? Oh no, I got you. Email. Yeah, I'll check the email. I'll check the email tonight or tomorrow morning. What would you recommend me to do after? What would you recommend me to do after? Right now, I only have a Cobb intake and catless downpipe. What is the car? What is the car? You need to let me know what the car is, Renee. Ambot tuned here. Different car, but my E60WX runs amazing, pushing high 300s. See, I'm all about it. All about it. I've heard good things about Ambot. We're still hating on... Sorry, Tanner, I live in an area that has a ton of Italian or pizza choices. Everyone's hating on Domino's. I may have to unsub if you... What is wrong with Domino's? What's wrong with Domino's? It's cheap, good pizza. I'm balling on a budget all the time. Whenever it comes like pizza and stuff, I'll buy the cheapest, like somewhat tasty pizza. What are my thoughts on Dom's cams? I have no idea. I have no idea who. I don't know. Like Dominic Gais's cams? Him? Did he make cams? Also, Daniel, appreciate the dono, dude. Tanner, keep up the good work, man. Get the 05 running. We're just waiting on our valve buckets to get here, and then we can get it up and running. That's the last thing we're waiting on. Domino's is trash. My job... Why? Man, they got some decent chicken bacon ranch pizza. Everyone's hating on Domino's right now. Don't get me wrong. I'd rather have Little Caesars than Domino's, but I'll eat Domino's. What do I think about relocating the external wastegate back to the downpipe? Are you a fan? Well, like putting the... How would you put it on the downpipe? You have to have the external wastegate. Are you talking about like rerouting it so it's, instead of going to the atmosphere, it goes into the downpipe? All about it. If you want that, it'll also keep things a little bit quieter. I thought you were originally asking like put the external wastegate on the downpipe. I was like, that's not going to work. That wouldn't work. I bought the car with 56,000 miles. Do you think it's a good idea to get a tune-up done? IDKF dealerships do that. It's a 2018 WRX. I would suggest... I mean, that's something that I always do whenever I buy a brand new car. Domino's is good, bro. Poor games. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing wrong with Domino's out here. But yeah, definitely. Whenever I buy a new car, I always swap out all the fluids, any disposable wear items. It's always a good idea to do so. You don't know when the last owner went through and did it. You don't know the condition of those wear items, whether it be oil, spark plugs, gear oil, rear diff fluid, anything like that. Definitely a good idea to do so. And James, welcome to the membership program, my friend. We got a lot of good options and benefits in there, especially for merch stuff. You guys get discounts. You guys get like pre-order stuff before it goes public to everyone else. Appreciate it, my dude. Also, Connor, appreciate the dono with Perry the Pear flying through the air. That rhymed, and I'm all about it. Picking up an... Oh, I jumped one. Sorry about the bad spell. Oh, no, you're totally good. Picking up an STI swap bug-eye at the end of this week. Very excited. Ooh, let me know how it goes. Let me know how it goes. And Friday's live stream. I expect to hear in Friday's live stream. Blew hole through my 04 STI block. Not fun. New block, oil pump, cooler, gasket kit, etc. on the way. Should I get ARP 2K studs? Thanks. 100% yes. I think they're, what, like $200 for those head studs? Definitely do it. They are a big upgrade over using the stock head bolts. How do I feel about those rear window vents? Thinking about getting a set for the new GC. Rear window vents. When you say that, I think of louvers. Are we talking about like window louvers for like the back window? Or are we talking about like side louver? What are we talking about here? Window vents. Are you talking about the ones that you like roll down the window, then you put them in there, you can roll it up, and then the like still vents air in? If it's those ones, I'm all about it. For like racing things, they actually serve a purpose. All about them. As for like louvers, not a huge fan. At least on WRX's STIs. They look kind of weird on sedans like that. Also, on that note, with the box, any suggestions for sound deadening material? This is also good with heat. Actually, that is a very good idea with heat, too. That I can put on there. Also, thanks for answering my... I would just use, audio sound deadening. That would be, like, what I think that would probably work. It's, like, super, like, 3M double-sided. You can stick it on there. It'll hold on there for dear life, and it probably won't come off unless you have to, like, really rip it off of there. Also, the Jazz BMX, appreciate the dono. What would be the best match in suspension parts to the S209 stock 2020 STI? A good set of springs and struts, and that's pretty much it. The If you really wanted the drawstring dampeners, the OEM ones, they are like stupid expensive, but they are pretty good. They also make some nice little JDM additions for the suspension. Those get pretty like expensive pretty quick. If you're looking just for a good suspension bump upgrade to try and mirror the S209, a good set of springs and struts, as well as a solid rear sway bar with a little bit better end links, and that will get you on the way. Also, James, appreciate the dono, my friend. Need to see a blob eye on the road. Same. We're literally just waiting for these buckets to ship. I ordered them last Friday from Flatiron Tuning, not Flatorious Tuning like I called it that one time, but Flatirons Tuning. Just waiting on these valve buckets to ship. Those things are like stupid expensive from the dealer. They want $45 per bucket from the dealer. $45 a bucket. You know how expensive that gets? 16 of them? No, thank you. No, thank you. I'll stick with the $25 OEM ones through Flatirons. Like I said, now we're just waiting for them to ship at this point. Where did I just go? Here we go. How much wheel horsepower could you push on an FA20 without bending a rod? That's the question. That's always the surprise. How far can you push it before you bend a rod? I've seen some bend a rod at like 300 wheel horsepower. I've seen other ones hold power up to 500. Honestly, it really depends on the overall health of the motor, how well the tune is, how well the car is built, what all parts you've done, what turbo you're running, how much boost you're running. There's a lot of different variables that go into it. Sorry for all the questions, but would 2150cc injectors work with just a stage 2? No. If you are swapping anything bigger than stock injectors in your car, you need a specifically made tune for your car. Do not use any off-the-shelf map for any injector that you're running, unless it's like a ID 1050 with Cobb Stage 3 OTS map, because it's built for it. But at that point, treat it like a base tune, and you would only drive it around to go drive it to the dyno. Anytime you swap out fueling modifications like that, whether it's like fuel rails, fuel injectors, fuel lines, a fuel pump, you're okay to not have to tune for. But things like that, you definitely need a tune for. Great work on the vids. Loving the build on the 05. Thank you, Brenton. I've never heard that name before. Interesting name. I'm all about it, though. I like it. RX-7, let's go. I've been trying to find like a decent like setup for an RX-7 for some time. Those things are expensive. Also, Sebastian, welcome. I think I got that one right. Did I get that right, Sebastian? Welcome to the membership program, my friend. Appreciate the support, you guys. You guys always kill it. I know you're not the biggest fan of right-hand drive, but get an earlier JDM Evo. I would be all about it, but those things are stupid expensive up here. Unless I'm finding one that's like someone doesn't want anymore and they're just trying to get rid of quick, that would probably be the only way we could get one. I mean, I wouldn't mind another right-hand drive car. It's just after driving my old Skyline around for so long, it gets like annoying after a while. Also, Army Guy 919, appreciate the dono, dude. Finally getting my build started. Glad to hear. Aiming for 450 wheel horsepower on my 2015 STI. Would love for you to review it when it's done, and I would totally make the trip from Cali. I think we're gonna be down in Cali this summer. It'd be kind of cool to be able to swing down there, get a whole like bunch of people together, do like a meet or something like that. I don't know the COVID restrictions in California right now, but I would have to check on those just to make sure that like it does. Well, I would have to look, but that'd be fun. I'd totally be down. Follow up with how the build goes, my man. I like the older, lighter chassis. Same. I'm all about it. Like I just want like a mid to late 90s shit box that I can just build and make my own, and then just go drive it at night and enjoy it. Like there's something about it. There's something so like soothing, relaxing, fun, and enjoyable about just driving around at night in like a car you built and just enjoying it. Thoughts on the Gates racing timing belt, getting close to that service mileage. Honestly, from what I've seen, Gates has been going downhill, at least with all of their like pulleys and things that they're sourcing for that nature. With the belts, I've heard that there's minor issues, and keep in mind I'm using a Gates belt on the 05 STI, and I've seen this already happen on mine because there's only, I don't know, 30 miles on that timing belt right now. The blue or whatever coloring they use on the backside of those timing belts will rub off on the pulleys. I don't know if this is going to have any long-term detrimental effects, Hopefully it doesn't. I've been debating swapping to an OEM pulley or an OEM timing belt again just to get off that Gates one because I'm not a huge fan of how the coloring has been rubbing off on it. It's just because I could see some potential issues with slippage on the timing belt later on. If one of the pulleys or something tried to jump timing, it might make it a little bit easier for it to do so. But stay away from their pulleys. Their belts seem to be okay for right now. Listening to Tanner get all aggro over pizza and stickers is just... Dude, I'm just saying. Domino's pizza ain't that bad. Don't get a VR4. It originally was going to get one, but these cars... No, we definitely get a 4G. If we're going to get any type of Mitsubishi, it's going to have a 4G63. I promise that. Nurse Spec RX it is. Hey! Coin flip worked. I'm all about it. I like the Nurse Spec. I love Little Caesars, but I really... Back to the pizza stuff. I live near Detroit. Still eat the squeeze with cheese, a.k.a. Little Caesars. I don't think there's anything wrong with Little Caesars. I like Little Caesars pizza. It's good pizza. It's cheap pizza. It's $5. $5 for a full pizza right there. Hey Tanner, enjoy the channel. I have an 08 Legacy 2.5i and was thinking of doing a 2.5 GT swap. How much do you think I would spend? Well, it depends on how much you're getting the motor for. I would try, and what transmission you have in the car right now. Obviously, a 2.5i, whether it's a manual or an auto transmission, isn't going to hold a lot of power with a turbo setup in there. So, I mean, at that point, I'd be looking at least a 5-speed from a WRX or a Legacy GT. Then you're going to be looking at motor, you're going to be looking at rear diff, axles, whole bunch of stuff that goes on top of that, depending on how much you can buy all of that for, and if you're doing the work yourself. If you do all the work yourself, I'd probably estimate you could do it for around $5,000-ish, including transmission and engine. If you're not replacing any seals, building the motor or anything like that, you're just literally dropping it in. You're going to need the ECU, fuse box, wiring, all that stuff. It's doable. You're just going to be spending a little bit of money to do it. Duck it, ordering Domino's. See, I'm all about it. I might order pizza tonight now. You guys talking me to pizza. I kind of want pizza. Asa, eating lunch again. What's for lunch, Gaming Lance? What's for lunch, man? I'm all about lunch. I like food. I'm all about the food. Jose, what's going on? Dude, just got a 15 Rex. Well, this is James. Just got a 15 Rex. Have plans for it, but how soon before I put parts on should I contact Surgeline before setting up a tune? So, honestly, especially with how it is getting parts right now, it's a little bit difficult to try to estimate when your tune is and when you're going to get all your parts. I would suggest ordering all of your parts, getting them all in at once, and then calling Surgeline to set up your tune. Unless you're like extremely confident that you're going to get all your parts before that, just keep in mind that a lot of manufacturers are months behind on parts right now. So if you are going to do that, it doesn't hurt to contact Surgeline. Just be like, hey, how far out are you guys on tunes? Right now, when I called them last and had to reschedule my tune, I want to say they were about a month to a month and a half out on tunes. So kind of use that as a gauge. It doesn't hurt to call them and just ask them either. Chris down there and all the entire team down there, very nice people. They are more than willing to answer any questions that you guys might have. If the only other brand of vehicle that I would consider buying other than a Chrysler product would be a Mitsubishi product. Mitsubishi made a good car, the Evo. And, I guess the 3000 GT was a good car. I like the 3000 GT. It's just not fun to work on. I have a 17 Impreza Sport right now. So does Melanie. With a muffler, but I'm saving up to be able to do a 2018 Plus STI. Hopefully in the next year or so. Got the Rally Armor mud flaps coming Thursday. Ooh, that'll be fun. What muffler? Cole, what muffler you got on that thing? Because we were talking about trying to make Melanie's car a little bit louder. She has a CVT though, and we're not a huge fan of the way the CVTs sound with exhausts. Just because the tone of it doesn't always it doesn't always sound correctly. Still Pizza Hut. Now we're bringing in Pizza Hut. Super People, we talked about that. Stages. What's up, dude? Stage Talk. Gran Turismo. See, we never had Pizza Hut. Tried Domino's once, and the doggo was very happy. Omar, remember me? What's going on, Omar? What up, dude? What's up, man? Been waiting to finish my build, but this weather's got... I don't blame. It's cold out. It's cold out, especially in a lot of areas. Winter. See, it gets cold. It gets cold out some. It gets cold out there. Sometimes, actually all the time whenever I'm out there, I'll have like a hoodie on, a jacket on over that, like long johns over that. I will get the work done regardless of the weather. It could be raining lava. I will get an umbrella and make it work. I really back to the pizza. There's so much pizza talk over here right now. Do you think the Cobb is like the top of the market for their parts? No, I don't. I do not think Cobb is top of the market for all the parts out there. Think of Cobb as like the entry level part company for people just coming into the world of Subaru. It's simplified and it's easier than mix and matching a lot of parts from other companies out there and other manufacturers. Just because all their OTS tunes are easy to use, their parts are readily and easily accessible, and they're pretty easy to install. Do I think they're the top tier best of the best out there? No, not by any means. There's a lot of custom fabricators. There's a lot of like smaller companies out there that make just as good, if not better, parts. Like I said, they're more just the kind of the entry level into the Subaru world. Their parts tend to be a little bit more expensive than some of their competitors just because it has the Cobb name on it. But no, I don't think they're like top best of the best. Army guy, welcome to the membership program. Appreciate the support, you guys. You guys are killing it tonight. Every single stream, you guys always kill it. Welcome to the membership program, you guys. Remember, you guys get early access to merchandise. There's some other benefits that I've listed in there that not a lot of people take advantage of. So feel free to take advantage of those benefits. They're there for a reason. It's all about Roundtable. Didn't Roundtable go out of business? The Roundtable, Godfather's. Who knows Godfather's pizza? Since we're talking about pizza, Godfather's, 10 out of 10, the best little pizza joint I've been to. I don't know if it's like a nationwide thing. I know it was like up in the Northwest for a while, and they all kind of went out of business. I think there's like one or two of them left, but Godfather's was the best. What's trash in California and their shitty smog laws? I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to deal with it. Talking about pizza. We're talking about pizza. Thinking about a turbo blanket. Turbo blanket, good option. PTP is primarily my go-to for turbo blankets. Shirts still on for pre-sale. Shirts are not on for pre-sale right now. I will have those back up on the website soon. I stopped the pre-sale of the shirts last Monday. For everyone that did order merchandise on that last pre-sale, I get everything Thursday or Friday. So it'll be sent out to you guys by the end of this week. So expect that merch to be coming, but it will be open back up here soon for everyone. I'll get some general sizes in stock that I'll have here, probably mediums through like extra large. I'll probably stock here, just so we have some here. 2020 STI. I don't remember what that was in relation to. I gotta go look because I did say tell me what it was. I did say. Now I gotta go find it. Renee, where was it? Where was the other comment? I don't know if I can find it. I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere. I can't find it. I cannot find it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Repost the question with 2020 STI and I will watch it pop up on the main chat and I'll answer it there. Have a lead on a close family member's one owner bone stock and dealer maintained 05 STI with around 100k miles. Already sounds like a gem. Is it still advisable to do all the reliability mods considering it's gone well so far? Yeah, always. I mean, you want it to last as long as possible. It never hurts to add more reliability to a car, whether that's cylinder 4 cooling mod, air oil separator, larger radiator, equal length headers, whatever it might be. It's always a good idea. You want to try to prolong that engine's life as much as possible. So doing those reliability modifications is always a plus no matter what mileage the car is at. Roundtable piece. Is the 2.5i worth building? No. If it's just a naturally aspirated 2.5i, I don't think it's worth building. I think you're better off swapping or getting a turbo model if you're trying to make some power. How dare you hate on Domino's? It seems like a lot of people just don't like Domino's. Domino's is better than Papa John's. I will agree with that. I've never gotten a good pizza from Papa John's. Also better than Cece's Pizza. I've never had Cece's Pizza. Never had it. For anyone that is like in the Puyallup Sumner area like I am, what is it? What is the pizza time? Pizza time. Ooh! Ooh! Or Trackside Pizza. Ooh, that's a very good one too. Do you think Cobb? No, I answered that one. That was a double post. Scooby Dum, welcome to the membership program as well. It's a party in the membership program tonight, you guys. It is a straight party in the membership program. Always appreciate the support, you guys. I had a really close friend that lives in New York, and eats a ton of See, Pizza Hut. Dude, Buffalo Chicken Bites. We're all about the pizza tonight. So Smeteor, it's my birthday in a couple hours and looking to get some cosmetics. Third taillight, or should I save a bit and get a catch can or AOS? I would definitely, if it were me, I would get the AOS or a catch can before getting the third taillight. But the third taillight also looks incredibly good. Depending on what your budget is, I mean, it could go either way. If you still don't want to void your warranty, by all means, get that third brake light. If you don't mind voiding your warranty, if it's a newer car, for sure, get the AOS or the catch can set up. And happy birthday, my friend. Happy birthday. I hope you have a good birthday. So much pizza talk over here. We went like on a tangent tonight about pizza. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I meant the dump tube. I don't know what that one is. Dominic's cams, I didn't even know he made cams, so I'm going to have to go check those out now. I will have to take a peek and a gander at that tonight. Pizza. Oh, am I a fan of AMSOIL? Yes, I do like AMSOIL. It's a good oil. It's an oil that I've been wanting to test as well. So yeah, very good oil. Here we go. Renee, I have a Cobb intake and catless downpipe on my 2020 STI. What should I do next to make a healthy power? Fuel system. Do fuel system. You cannot run an intake and a downpipe on those cars with OTS tunes and expect it to live very long. Definitely do fuel injectors. Do a fuel pump at minimum. 1050 fuel injectors with like an AEM 340, a DW 300, something along those lines. Those stock fuel system on the 2015 plus STI is awful. Absolutely awful for intake downpipe combos. The car will run lean. It'll start to throw lean efficiency codes. It'll start to knock more. You physically cannot get enough fuel in there to try to make the power that the car is demanding. Definitely do fueling modifications next. Paco, what's going on, dudes? Media, I am a subscriber. I live here in the Bahamas. Ooh, can you send me a recipe for 400 horsepower JDM 07 Hawkeye? I can make a video on that. I'll tell you what, I'll make a video on it because I'm not going to send detailed parts lists to people because that's going to start taking up a ton of time if I start doing that. But I can make a video on that. We can make a video on that. I'll make a video on that. We'll get something made on that. Marquees for the EP locals? I don't know that. I don't know. Mishimoto. Mishimoto or Koyo Rad. Koyo 100%. Koyo is like, it's like Mishimoto, Koyo. Always Koyo. Picked up my WRX 2018 because of this channel, and I am loving it. That's what I'm saying. That's a good pickup. That is a good pickup. Congrats on the car, my man. It's a good pickup right there. I got you, fam. I've driven it plenty and familiar with the car. Just finally be mine. Ooh, it's exciting. Oh, are we tier list? We are ranking pizzas now. Scooby-Dum. Domino's, 7.5. Papa John's, 5. Pizza, good, too greasy. Pizza Hut is a 6, but it's good. Well, Little Caesars NA, you gotta have some Little Caesars, dude. That's like the best cheap pizza I've had. Like, especially like day-old Little Caesars pizza. Yes. Visual Works rear window vents. Okay, yes, I am all about those ones. Those are the ones that go in the back window, then you roll it up, they sit in there, they have vents so that way you get some fresh air into the car when you're racing. I am all about those. They look good, they're functional, and they're pretty affordable. Thoughts on AMSOIL? I brought that one up. I like AMSOIL. With stages in mind, what stage would the Gymkhana STI be considered? Stage 0? I'm not even going to put stage -10. Stage unachievable because none of us can afford a billet block. Way too much money. How do I feel about TN suspension? Do you think you could repair a cracked... Do I think I could... I can't repair a cracked downpipe. There are welders. Yeah, welders can easily repair cracked downpipes. That's an easy fix. Just fill the crack, weld it back up. You're totally good to go with that downpipe. As for the TN suspension question, I've personally never been a fan of TN suspension. It always just... The ones that I've seen in the past, they just seem a little cheap. I'm not a huge fan of reusing stock top hats, which is something that they do. Woo! There we go. It's a good budget friendly coilover, but you don't get all the adjustability that you'd get with some of the other ones out there unless you go into like TN's higher tier category for their coilovers. But if you're doing that, you might end up you might as well just snag a different set. That's my preference on TN. Back to the stages. I know that is crazy for buckets. I ran at stage 69. 350 torque for the FA bending rods. Well, there we go. We don't want to see anyone's FAs bend some rods out there. Don't bend your rods. No bent rods. Pizza stages. Can you tell? I haven't eaten today. Have I eaten? What did I had a sandwich. That counts, right? It's not horsepower for the FA20. It's all about the wheel torque. Keep it below 3. There we go. There we go. We got some answers for it. I've seen some bent rods come out of some FAs, and they bend in some weird ways. They're like super wavy. It's a fun looking rod when it comes out. How do I make a 2015 WRX fast but quiet? I can't have a loud car where I live. Mufflers, resonators, and catalytic converters. It'll keep your sound down. Rear window louvers look so bad. The louvers, yes, I agree. The louvers. I'm not a huge fan of the louvers. The vents look pretty good. I'm all about the vents, so I like the vents. Is it worth trading my 19 WRX for an STI or keep modding? I mean, it really depends, Ace. The WRX is going to be a little bit better of a daily driver than an STI would. Keep it Arby's, 10 out of 10. I'm all about that. Those beef and cheddars. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm all about the beef and cheddars at Arby's. Is it worth trading your WRX for an STI? Yes and no, depending on what you do with the car. Keep in mind the WRX is going to be a little bit cheaper. It still has a huge aftermarket standing, just like the STI does. You're going to get better fuel economy with the WRX. You're going to get the same amount of space with the WRX or the STI. Your insurance is going to be a little bit cheaper on the WRX. But if you're going to be tracking the car or doing heavy-spirited driving like on the weekends, or you're going out and just like hardcore tracking the car, the STI is going to be a little bit better. Now keep in mind the WRX is going to be very responsive to modifications up to about 400 wheel horsepower. At that point, that's when the STI starts to take back over again. I mean, I can't tell you if you should do it or not. That's just kind of the facts behind both of them. Thanks, my dude. FC for the RX-7. If I were to get an RX-7, if it was not an FD, let's get that straight. If we're not talking the FD, which everyone likes the FD, if I were to get one that's not an FD, it would be an FB. I like the FBs more than the FCs. They're all closed Eastern time zone. That's right. You guys are 3 hours in the future. 3 hours in the future. Where did I just go? Why did my chat jump? Don't tell me it jumped. It jumped. It jumped. Why do we do this? Why do we do this, Streamlabs? And like my whole computer is like freaking out now. Oh, where did I just go? I lost it. I've lost myself. I've lost myself. So now I'm going to scroll up here. I'm going to take a sip of this coffee, and we're going to find where I just left off. It was Ace. It was one of Ace's comments. I remember that much. Okay, here we go. I'm getting back. There we go. I'm back. Thanks for the answer. What tuner dyno did you recommend again? Honestly, dyno doesn't matter. Dyno is just subjective to how much power the car is actually going to make in relation to another dyno. A Mustang dyno is going to read different than a dyno jet. 2 dyno jets won't read the same if they're calibrated differently. If you're looking for a good tuner in the Northwest, PRE, English Racing, and Surge Line Tuning, all very good shops. SVX 90s nostalgia, lightweight wee 5-speed, and great for long drives. I like SVXs. SVXs are cool cars. They're cool cars. A track day. A singular track day? We're talking about a singular one over there? Go with HKS timing belt. I've never used HKS, so I can't say yes or no on that one. But, I mean, look at reviews on it. AMS oil or no?
Yes, on the AMS oil. I said that earlier. I'm all about the AMS oil.
Duck it. Ordering Domino's. Jealous. When doing timing on my new engine, my mechanic made me return the Gates timing belt and get an OEM because the Gates one was missing by 1 millimeter. Subaru OEM, on the other hand, was on point. There we go. Good to know. There's some facts on the Gates one. My Gates one, when I first put it on, had no issues. Lined up properly. Lined up just right. It just seems like Gates is going downhill a little bit on their quality control, which they could be. I don't know. Just stay away from Gates, apparently. It's a daily and back road on weekends, so I also... Okay, that's back up to... keep it on it, how long would I... Honestly, I would just keep the WRX. I'll just keep the WRX and keep modding it. If you're broke because you put all your money into your car, you can't really complain about a $5 pizza. That's what I'm saying. No complaints. No complaints. AMS oil is good oil. If you don't care about mileage, get an STI. AMS oil is the best. I have a 2017 WRX. Do you think it's possible to drop a 2020 WRX head unit to get CarPlay? I don't see why not, but you're gonna have to. I don't see why not. You could probably do it. I don't see why it wouldn't work. Radio harness should be similar. CAN bus system should still communicate with the radio just fine. I don't see any electrical reason or fitment reason why it wouldn't work. I also cannot confirm that it will work. The STI is by far a better car. Only con is MPG. AMSOIL is good. We're all people like AMSOIL. We all like AMSOIL. Why are people all so worried about head gaskets if they're staying 400 below? I don't know. I've never had head gasket failure on any of my cars. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you on that one. Don't have an answer. I love the SF intake and just installed J-Pipe yesterday running OTS Stage 2. My knock, learn, and feedback knock jumped to -3. Totally normal. Wouldn't worry about it. You're going to get normal knock. The only time you guys should be worried about knock is if you're seeing large knock events with reduced dam happening. If your dam is dropping and your feedback knock is increasing, then you have a problem. If you're just getting knock here and there, for the most part, it's not going to be any issues unless you're getting consistent high knock. Would you guys say Motul is better than AMSOIL? Cannot confirm. I've only tested Motul, but all my Motul tests have come back pretty good. Pretty good. I'll test AMSOIL, though. I have the CVT with the nameless 5-inch muffler. Cole, how's it sound? Does it sound good? Is it a good sounding muffler? We gotta know. We gotta know. Because we want one for Melanie's car. We were looking at them, but we were kind of like on the fence about it. Yep, I would trust AMSOIL, but IAG recommends Motul for their short blocks when following their instructions on mine. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. From your email back, I've gained great experience, but considering I'll be in college and money will be tight, you recommend me wait to get the lease on my new... Do you recommend me wait to turn in lease for new finance WRX or old WRX more below? More below. I don't see more below. I don't see any more below. Honestly, the WRX would be a better option. To make reliable and have a cool, fun... Get the WRX. If you really want to worry about it, if you want something newer that's going to give you less problems, obviously get the newer WRX because it's not going to have as many problems. It's not going to be as old. It's not going to have oil leaks. It's going to probably have a warranty if you get a new enough one. Better gas mileage. Whole bunch of good stuff. Yeah, I have a Stage 2 Tough, and I've been running AMSOIL 0W40. 0W40? Welcome to the member world, Army guy. Look at that. Eric's in here welcoming everyone. I'm all about it. I like it. Would I suggest an AOS on an FA? AOS or catch can, both of them good options. Radium for the catch cans if you want catch cans. If you want an AOS, get IAG or Cobb. Gaming Glance. In Australia, we don't have stages. We just get custom tune. Most access port don't work on the older Subarus. Access port only works on the newer cars like the GR and the VA. Yeah, I saw, I didn't know, did they not do GD support with Cobb on the older WRXs in Australia? It is interesting how that the different countries or different parts of the world have to have different subject access ports just to, it's interesting to me. It's interesting. Never heard of Godfather's Pizza in Ohio. Maybe I'm the only one. Godfather's was bomb! I forgot all about them. I'm glad I'm not the only one who knows Godfather's Pizza. It's good pizza. Did you get a chance to look at the video I sent you for my 18 Impreza hatch with the nameless 5-inch? Not yet, but now I'm like interested in it. I'm going to try to find it. N.A. Davino's Pizza. We're all about pizza, dude. I want pizza now. I've been researching a lot of Motul versus AMSOIL too. I was using Royal Purple, but there was a viscosity concern on my last two oil labs. Seems like AMSOIL signature is better. I've never liked Royal Purple. I've always had issues with Royal Purple. The last time I used it was in my old 350Z. When I went to change the oil, it came out very coagulated. Like there were chunks of oil, like gummy bear looking oil pieces coming out of my pan. Ever since then, I've never been a fan of Royal Purple. I've been running... A lot of people have good results with AMSOIL. It's all about it. What are my thoughts on the 2015 plus Noxum? What do you mean? What do we mean? What do we mean here? What are my thoughts on the AOS on the FA? I feel like I answered that one already. I feel like I have answered that one already. Pizza is like sex. Even if it's bad, it's good, except Papa John. Seems like no one's on board for Papa John's, which I'm fine with. I'm not a huge fan of Papa John's. Do I need a tune with just an EGR delete? Yes, you will, because you're going to get codes if you don't tune it out. Disagree on the 2.5i comment. They can be very potent rallycross cars. I mean, I think it depends on what you're your level or what your expectations are when it comes to building a 2.5i. Like, obviously, don't expect massive horsepower gains out of a 2.5i. Like, if you're using them for rallycross, then by all means, yes, it's a very good engine setup. A lot of people use them. But for people, I've seen people go on like WRX STI pages, Subaru pages, and ask how can they make a lot of power with a 2.5i, and they just need to keep in mind that a flat 2.5i, the real big benefit to trying to get power out of it is probably going to be a header and an intake, and outside of that, you're just not going to get a ton more power out of them. But for things like rallycross, by all means, very, very, very good engine setup. Ravenchild, appreciate the dono, dude. We won't discuss the time I added magic mushrooms to the Godfather salad bar. Ooh, I bet they had a blast. I bet they had a... That's probably why all the Godfathers got shut down. Where's the... There it is. You guys ever go to take a sip of your coffee and the hole's like over here, but you try to like drink it from over here? Spill every single time I do that. I have a Cobb intake catalyst. Okay, that's one we talked about earlier. Specifically, cylinder 4 knocks some on the access port. I still don't know what that's in relation to, like my thoughts on it. Like, it's a good monitor to monitor if you want to monitor it, but I never really monitor like cylinder roughness unless I have like an idea or a concern that something might be bad. More pizza talk over there. Tanner, have you ever owned an NA Subaru other than your first car? Yes, I have. My old Forester. My 2006 Forester. Wasn't even, I think it was just a Forester X. It was just a base Forester X. It was a fun car. I enjoyed it. It got around. It was good in the snow. It wasn't fast. It was fun though. I enjoyed it. It was a nice car. I miss my Forester. I like Foresters. Foresters are nice cars. Yeah, they're nice. I want another Forester. Now you got me thinking about another Forester, Doug.
Now I need a Forester.
Oh, I still want a Forester XT so bad. That close friend must be my brother. He eats Domino's all the time. Domino's, nothing wrong with Domino's. It's Tuesday. Tacos. Ooh, it is Taco Tuesday. It is Taco Tuesday, though. I'm all about Taco Tuesday. Let me know how it goes, please, and thank you for the birthday wishes. Anytime, dude. I hope you have a good birthday. Help! Overheating problem on my 1999 WRX Impreza. I need a lot more info, Adam. A lot more info. Next merch drop will be something subtly pizza related. Now it will be. Now it's gonna be pizza related. It'll just be a giant piece of pizza. We could do that. We could do that. Pizza shirts. I know all proceeds go back into the channel, but when you gonna get a new chair? LOL, you talked about getting... What? I mean, this chair works. It works. I just had to buy a new mouse, okay? Apple mice are expensive, and we got the microphone set up, and we've been, like, I'm gonna be honest, all the money's been going back into the car just to try to get the car back up on the road, with both the 17 STI getting parts ordered for that one and the 05. We'll get a new chair. We'll get a new chair at some point. Not today, not tomorrow, but at some point we will get a new chair. Where did I just go? The world needs to worry about other higher polluting nations. The U.S. is very low. That's true. I will agree with that statement. Drive hoodie with a slice for the V. We could do that. A pizza V slice. We could do a V-neck, but have pizza as the V-neck. Do it. I'm all about it. I'm a girl who drives a 2020 WRX. How often do you recommend an oil change? And first mod ideas. Oil changes, I typically do them every 3,000 miles. You can probably push it out to 5,000 if you really want to. As for first modification ideas, if you want to do performance-orientated stuff like engine stuff, get yourself an access port. After that, get an IAG air oil separator or a Cobb one. And then from there, you can do like an intake if you want to. That's kind of where I would start with that one. Scooby, it blocked your comment because it said anal, but he said 3K if you want to be anal about keeping up with your oil changes. That's what I always do. 3K is always my oil change intervals. Like I said, if you really want to push it out, you can go up to like 5K oil changes. You shouldn't have any issues. Do a video about EJ and FA builds just to knock them both out in like 10 minutes. I mean, I could do that, but I'll probably break it up into 2 videos, one for EJ and one for FA, just because they're 2 entirely different engines. Like, yes, they're both flat forward, but they're 2 entirely different engines. And trying to lump both of those together, it would just be easier to break them up, so that way if someone's looking for one video over the other, they don't have to sit through 8 minutes of me talking about one motor when they're there for the other motor. Arby's. There's the Arby's comment. Those beef and cheddars. Bring me the Arby's beef and cheddars. I actually might get Arby's after this. What if I could make pizza out of Arby's beef and cheddars? Oh. Did Subaru change the gearing in the 2015 Plus at WRX? Found out they run a 4.44 diff, which is what you want for an NAEG. I do not know. I would have to look off the top of my head. I do not remember. Tacos. We're back to the tacos. Tacos and pizza tonight. Big talking points. 2020 STI cylinder roughness 1 through 4. Thoughts, max and min, or don't trip on it. I wouldn't trip on it. 44. My knock for cylinder had 44 counts. Okay, if you're seeing 44 counts consistently, then obviously something's going to be going on there. I would go in, I would check like spark plug gap, coil pack. I would just start checking to see different things. If you're not getting a check engine light for a knock, or not for knock, but for like a misfire, I probably wouldn't stress it too much. But if you're getting a cylinder roughness count of up to 44 in one cylinder, something isn't entirely happy in there. Like, it shouldn't be going up to 44. Faction Fab coilovers for a daily. All about it. Decent coilovers. I have driven on Faction Fabs before, and they feel pretty good. They're pretty good feeling coilovers. Back to the pizza. We can't get away from the pizza. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. WRX is better. That's subjective based off of what we talked about it earlier. Jamocha Shake, though. Curly fries and... oh, God. The Arby's. You guys are, like, taunting me with the Arby's right now. Boo! FC for the win. What's wrong with the FB? The FB is such a good-looking RX-7. I like the FB. It's a good-looking FB. I like making my own pizza, to be honest. Arby's, I miss them. Beef and cheddar with extra red ranch. Woo! Avoid Arby's sauce is what they put in the beef and cheddar. Red ranch is what it's called. Interesting. Scooby-Dum. All right, guys. I'm going to go spend some time with the fam for my birthday. Good night, Scooby fam. Good night, Scooby-Dum. Once again, thank you for becoming a member, and have a happy birthday, dude. How do we submit questions? I'm so lost. You just did. You just did. We answered your last question. Thanks for answering my question. I appreciate it. Any time, no problem. I can see you in a Repu rotary truck. What is a Repu? R-E-P-U. I got to look that one up. R-E-P-U rotary truck. What is this? What is this? What is this madness? Ooh! I want that! That thing's sick! I kind of want one of these. I bet you they're like stupid expensive. I kind of want one. Kind of want one. They look good. Oh, that's dope. Come on, that's dope. I want one of those. If I could ever find one for like a decent price, that'd be a good snag. Show the studio setup. The studio, like in here, look, you just want to like look around. Like, there's a couch, there's all, like, my boxes of stuff, there's me, there's, like, a TV, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty much it. A small room. I love the Repus. Now I love the Repus. I want a Repu now. This dude has so much knowledge. I love it. Thank you, man. Anytime, Ace. He goes in order from top to bottom of the list. Yeah, so I try to get through every single comment. I just start from the top, go all the way down. Obviously, the earlier you get here, the easier and the earlier I get to your guys' questions. WRX is stock and modified. WRX is more reliable and a better daily. I would say it's a better daily, just based off of what we talked about earlier. As for the reliability aspect of it, that kind of comes down to how you drive your cars. How can it be Srock and molded at the same time? What? Let's pretend that's spelling. I don't even know what happened there. I don't even know what the question was on that one. When the 6-cylinder STI is done, can you chain it to a tree and burn down some tires? Yes. Yes, we will do that. I already have the tires in the garage we can burn down. Sounds good. Sounds best in manual mode. All right, there we go. There we go. I'm going to talk to Melanie about that one. But stock and modified oxymoron. A little bit, yeah. But anyways, we've been going for about an hour and a half, you guys. I am going to jump off tonight. I am very hungry after talking about all this pizza and tacos and Arby's stuff. So your boy's going to go get some food. But appreciate all the donuts tonight. Appreciate everyone swinging through the stream. Also appreciate all the new channel members. Always appreciate the support, you guys. Next live stream will be our scheduled Friday live stream at the same time, 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. PM, of course, not AM, because your boy ain't up that early doing live streams. So, I hope everyone has a good rest of their week, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Actually, upload tomorrow morning, so I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. Peace out, homies.